ladies and gentlemen. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no secret is revealed. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
be the most appropriate place for me to appeal to my audience. My name is J.R. Oglesby. I'm the author of Paradise Vampire Style. And this place is the most appropriate to share with you what my book is all about. My book starts where a vampire is in a crypt and he's hiding from the citizenry. He's hiding because he's being hunted down like a dog. However, this vampire's got more money than China. And because he has more money than China, a light bulb goes off in his head. And he says, hey, I can do better than this. I just need to leave Earth. So he devises a plan to leave Earth. He goes to a planet and sets up his own utopia. When he sets up his utopia, he has a population of vampires. Has a population of a new strain of virus called human vampiric virus that creates vampires that can live in daylight, that is not afraid of fire, that can have reflection in the mirror. Everything the opposite of an old country vampire. However, when you have a set of problems and you go to a different environment, you create another set of problems. Let me give you an example. If you win the lottery, in order for you to be able to sustain your wealth, you have to have an attorney, you have to have an accountant, you have to have a bondsman, you have to have a guard, you got to have somebody to watch the accountant, you got to have somebody to watch the attorney. It just creates a lot more problems. And this is what happened to this vampire, is that he didn't have the blood host in order to feed his population. So he decides he's going to take over a government of the United States. And he tries to do it with buying loyalty and buying trust. You can't buy loyalty, you can't buy trust. However, he tried. And he was caught. When he got caught, then he decided that he was going to run and not stand trial. But they tried him anyway. They condemned him to death. Then he got on the run. And then just a new set of problems come up. All the wealth that he has does him no good now. Now he's broke. He's got plenty of money. He's got a planet, but he can't get to none of it. So he goes on the run. And he meets new people that shows a different side of this vampire. This vampire has learned a lot. It's like us. Sometimes we go through things and we learn. We learn about how to survive. This vampire is a survivalist. However, he's still a vampire. He's still the son of the devil. Because in Hungarian or Romanian, that's what Dracula means, son of the devil. After this vampire discovers that there's more in life than wealth, lust, power, and greed, he accepts Jesus Christ as his Savior. This is why this background that we have right here, that I'm doing this video, is to show you that this is where life starts, right here in the cemetery. Because when a being dies, their soul is recycled, and a new life comes. However, in the opposite, when you were born, you're dying. because you're only on this earth for a short length of time. This vampire lived for 400 years. And because he lived for 400 years, he encountered many, many leaders that is in this series of books that shows the strange bedfellows that he had and the strange habits that he had along with all these leaders. You could say it's kind of like a satire. However, it has murder, mayhem, it has incest, it has perversion, it has everything that society is made up of. But this vampire accepts Jesus Christ as his Savior. How is that possible? It's in the series, and it's backed by biblical scriptures. Just because he's a vampire doesn't make him not being able to accept Jesus Christ as his Savior. But once he does this, he goes through struggles. He goes through situations where he has to survive, and his food is blood. And his enjoyment is impregnating women. So how does he survive? Because now he's a Christian. And the reason I want to do the film and the book series is to tell a story about society and how society is. We live in a world where society has gone mad, because it's made up of elitists. Elitists are those that are college degreed, masters, PhDs. Then we have the dregs of society. You see, the dregs of society, they're the ones that catch hell because of all the laws and all the rules and everything that is made up by the elitists. However, there's one thing that the elitists have forgotten. The one with the most money makes the rules. So now we're controlled by a secret machine in the U.S. government called Majestic 12. My vampire infiltrates that Majestic 12. When he infiltrates it, he learns the secret to overthrow the U.S. government. This series is not about overthrowing the U.S. government. This series is to try to wake up the world, to wake up society before it's too late. This vampire goes through 400 years of leaders and people that were in charge, that appeared to be in charge. Because I created a set of parables. What is, isn't. What isn't, is. Until it isn't, or until it is. What we appear to see is not what it is. They call that a psyop. That was created back in Iraq. And a psyop is something in reality that appears to be real, but it isn't. It's a staged happening. It's a staged event. We live right now in a time of history where we are going through a lot of staged events that is not real. This vampire, he goes through all these different events, which is in the book. But there's one thing that this vampire discovers, more so than anything, is what it really means to be free, what it really means to be a hedonist, even though that he's stripped of his power, stripped of his money, he's stripped of everything. He's on the run. He's living in homeless shelters. But he has something that's in his soul, like in your pocket. And that is John 3:16. And because of that, he begins to learn. And as long as you can learn something, then you become a viable part of society. When you stop learning, that's when you stop being a part of society. Instead of being part of the solution, you become part of the problem. However, in this film, we're going to take and create within 8 different films a series that's going to tell a story about the history of time, especially in the United States, and it will branch off into Europe as well, because actually that's where Tnuoc Alucard the fourth, was born. A little message. I've set up a storyboard in video to kind of give you kind of an edge on what this book's about. This series is about. This series is about this vampire that has found a secret that King Solomon went to hell for. And that was the universal knowledge of God in order to use the demons to do his dirty work and the angels to protect him. So, I hope you enjoy the storyboard.